Ryan Garcia still expresses his issues with Golden Boy advisor Bernard Hopkins as far as his comments of saying that he'll see how Ryan looks and if he'll be able to fight again or things like that. I'm hoping that this is just an old interview that Ryan Garcia is having with Brian Custer, displaying his displeasure with Bernard Hopkins having certain comments about really not knowing if Ryan Garcia is gonna have a chance or anything like that. So I know at that point, not having a chance, but questioning his ability before a fight or his ability to win a fight or how he's gonna look, it's gonna be positive or anything like that. So questioning his ability as far as anything, or the outcome of the fight before the fight happens, Ryan Garcia felt like that was disrespectful. I mean, in the case he said it, I can understand what he's saying because I don't know, in those instances right there, I mean, the guys basically still trying to promote the fight, should be promoting the fight, should have been saying positive things about Ryan Garcia, so any fans wouldn't have any doubt in their mind as far as purchasing the fight or different things like that. I mean, just overall, it's a bad look. I can see on Ryan's end as far as why it's not really something that he should be excited about hearing. And also on Bernard Hopkins' end, him being a former fighter, I can also see that he seen some things, probably some tendencies or personal things that Ryan Garcia did or leading up to the fight, or just his whole persona and personality. He probably just didn't feel like it was something that he felt that would be positive or good before the fight could happen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, they'll do certain things and then become fight week. They'll have a whole different personality, or I don't know. It almost seems like Bernard Hopkins was feeling like he was more of a showman than actually focusing on the fight. And throughout the week, I could say that. And a lot of times it does. Ryan Garcia does come off as a showman because a lot of times he'll have a fight like this coming up, and then he'll have certain comments with guys like this, which I understand you always have displeasures with your advisors and things like that, but it's just a constant complaining, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody doesn't have great situations. You guys are having the biggest fights, the biggest paydays, you get in the fight, you don't have to prove yourself as much as other guys do until they're in their 30s or 40s and things like that. You have the biggest fights as options, the biggest opponents, so there's a lot of complaining going on as far as different things that I know guys like Bernard Hopkins, I can understand what he's saying, but also I can understand what Ryan Garcia is saying. Like, he's running a situation, he just got away from a Canelo where he felt like it wasn't really any loyalty, and it was questioned if he wanted to take big fights. And from what I've seen, even though I was kind of siding with Canelo, I got to side with Ryan because from what I've seen, Ryan is willing to take big fights. You know what I'm saying? Canelo was saying that, Ryan doesn't want to really take the big fights and put himself in a position to where he can have big fights with certain guys. But from what I've seen, he's taking big fights. So I don't know what big fights people are saying that he won't take. All the things I've seen have been with him as far as the big fights. So I'm just confused on a lot of things as far as what the big fights are. He just did a fight with Tank Davis. Duarte fight would be big. For me, it's a big fight. Then the Teofimo Lopez fight just got turned down. So that's not a fight he can put on display. That would have been a big fight. So he's doing different things, you know what I'm saying, as far as from what I've heard Canelo say as far as he don't want to challenge himself. Well, right now he's challenging himself. Maybe he needed you to say that. But we need you to do do what Ron Garcia's doing. That'll be a whole nother video I've been doing, a little series, but you need to go ahead and do what Ron Garcia's doing. Because those two fights right there, Tank and Teofimo Lopez, those are bigger fights than what you have had. Especially for him to even try to make those fights. Yeah, bro, you definitely gonna have to. You can't let a guy who you said doesn't want to do anything outwork you. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think Ryan Garcia could have went on to fight his last fight a lot better than what he did, he still has put on a lot better things than the last few guys who have came out and fought. The guys who put on the last few fights I've seen, not impressed with it. Really not. I thought it was some good fights out there, but I've seen nothing good out here lately. Especially from people that's outside of inside of Golden Boy. For y'all to be trying to risk it with Ryan Garcia as far as y'all can go on, I thought you could, but what I seen, not for what I've seen. Them guys cannot go on like that. You trying to see a Virgil Ortiz? You still trying to kick the tires on Virgil Ortiz and the other guy, Zerto. I'm not gonna mention Alexis Rocha. These other guys that been going around. Cause what I seen from Rocha, nah, he's definitely not gonna carry. Alexis Rocha is not finna replace Ryan Garcia, especially after his last performance. I already knew, man. After his last performance, I said, yeah, but Ryan gotta have patience though, man. The ball is in his corner. You know what I'm saying? That's all he gotta do. He don't want nobody to sabotage him or set him up to fail on the way out. Because a lot of these guys, they will do that. You might think though, on the money making and stuff. Well, you know, bro, the Duarte fight, they kind of trying to give you a little challenge without you knowing. And you going in there kind of blind a little bit. Don't let these guys set you up for failure. It's a tough fight. This guy going there to win, man. He think he can beat you. Duarte really thinks that he can, he feels like he can defeat Ryan Garcia. So I don't know if that's just a thing or... But you can't fall for these promoters' tricks, man. They're definitely setting you up for a hard fight. It's a challenge you have to kind of try to knock out the park. Because the next couple, they're going to try to get their money worth out of them. Especially from what I've seen lately as far as the promoters and them wanting different guys to accept the kind of fights that they're putting up. I don't know, man. They've been doing a lot of different things. That's why I was saying. A lot of guys say PBC protects fighters well. Golden Boy does the same exact thing. They got the strategy from those guys, from what I've seen. They don't have any kind of hard fights when it comes to certain guys. Then they want Ryan Garcia. If I was Ryan Garcia, I wouldn't even, man, I'll tell these guys, like, man, I'm fighting one hard fight a year. And I can pick the guy who I'm gonna fight. I'm not finna let y'all choose the fight. Because he's still letting these guys talk him into certain fights. So it's not like he doesn't trust them. He just didn't like the comments. He like, man, the respect gotta be there. And that's true, man. I can go be with somebody else. If I wanna have this kind of discussions and the kind of disrespect that's going on. You know what I'm saying? I got a real important video I've been saving. But it's about different things like this, different issues. With guys not wanting to put together certain fights and different things like that. They're not really in tune with what's going on in the industry. That's why a lot of these young fighters are like, oh, I don't know why things are going this way, or why I can't put myself in this position, and why the promoter doing this, because they got a plan already. They got a plan for Ryan Garcia already. Ryan Garcia just can't run around doing what he want to do. Yeah, they'll let him market himself and put together certain fights, but you know what I'm saying? Like, even with the Tank Davis fight, I think they kind of just made that fight. To be honest, if you want me to be real honest, I think they did that to kind of just, like, get it out the way. So it wouldn't put himself in a position where he has to worry about certain things, or if he gets a loss, then he'll be able to bounce back after a loss or something like that. I think if he doesn't have to worry about all that, then he doesn't have to worry about trying to stay undefeated before a Tank fight and all that other stuff. So they kind of got that out the way. Because eventually in boxing, somebody can lose. So you don't kind of want to lose the value of a lot of fights. Just like with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, that was a fight everybody was talking about. Now people barely even mention the fight. It's not a factor no more. People are looking for big time fights, not these fights where you got certain guys just yelling at each other and trying to build some stuff up when it's not even really a fight. I don't like these fights that they're trying to put together with these guys trying to build each other up. Like, why don't you just fight someone who's in your weight class that you feel like it's time to fight? Let the promoters and the other guys build you up. Doing that yourself, it's not like, no way. Doing that yourself is not gonna work. I feel like that's a waste of time. I feel like a lot of these guys can just try to promote themselves instead of trying to do a whole, promote my whole team and all these other guys. That's why I feel like now, if you're gonna do all that, you might as well get your own company, you know what I'm saying? Because I would not advise nobody to try to promote other people who's not gonna do the same for them. That's why a lot of these companies, like Golden Boy, man, as soon as you get in trouble or something, the other guys around there who got the same issues, they'll look the other way. But Ryan gotta just chill, man. Especially during fight week, bro. You're gonna end up getting knocked out. Ain't nobody gonna care what you're talking about. The fight comes first. You're a fighter. They're not gonna care about what your contract problems is. You go out there and get knocked out. Do not let Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya get your mind off everything and get you discombobulated before you fight. And then Oscar Duarte can go out there and take advantage of your mental and everything not being intact. So that's something Ryan got to look out for. You know what I'm saying? You can't really be worried about all these promoters and different people. Shoot, the promoters don't believe in every boxer, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. That's the reality of it. A lot of promoters, they do not believe in certain guys. That's why they don't put guys in the ring with everybody. I mean, and then Oscar and Bernard, they're Hall of Fame boxers, bro. They're going to be hard on anybody, especially you. You got to realize that. But that's all I got, though. Like and subscribe.